Team deathmatch. Take him down.
You ever feel like you're falling behind? You ever feel like you don't have anything figured out? You don't know what you want to do with your life? Maybe you're in a career right now and you're just not really feeling it. You don't really like it. Maybe you even went to college for whatever field you're in and you're working in that field and you don't really like it. Maybe you haven't done any of those things and you just don't quite know what to do. You look around and you see all your friends, your family, and it seems like they've got everything figured out. They know what they want to do with their lives. They're super successful. They make more money than you. They have wife, kids, a good relationship. But none of that matters. It's not you. It's not your path. It's not your story. I think society has these expectations of what success looks like. And they're rather unrealistic, if you ask me. Not everyone's bound to be a CEO or a doctor or an author or a TV star or any other thing that people consider to be a successful career. Some people are meant to be gas station clerks. Some people are meant to work in the warehouse at Target. Some people are meant to be bartenders. Some people are meant to be garbage men. Just because it's not glamorous or doesn't make you hundreds of thousands of dollars doesn't mean it's not a success. I think the biggest thing that gets in most people's way is simply comparison. You look around at what other people are doing and you think to yourself, I should be at this point in my life. I should own a house by now. I should be at this point in my career. I should have this many kids, or I should already be married by now. Whatever it is, you're always comparing yourself to other people, and putting those expectations on yourself is nothing short of unfair to yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. Looking around at other people's success doesn't help you be more successful, and thinking that you should be at that point in your life isn't going to get you any closer to actually being at that point in your life. Everyone's life is different. Everyone's roadmap is different. You'll achieve things at different times than the person right next to you did. And that's okay. Maybe you're meant to be an average Joe, a family man like myself. I don't make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I have my family, I have my wife, I have my children, and that's all I need. That's all I want. Makes me happy. That's all I care about. I don't need the glamorous life. I don't need to make hundreds of thousands of dollars to be happy. I don't need the mansion to be happy. I don't need the nice cars to be happy. I have a 2004 Chevy Suburban with over 200,000 miles on it. It gets me from point A to point B and safely. That's all I can ask for. That's all I care about. But if you are the type of person that is striving for more and you really, really want to get there, not because someone else has gotten there first, but because you want to do it for yourself, then you just have to remember that there's still time. You always have time. We've seen countless success stories of people who were a little bit older, but they finally made it in their careers. Look at Ricky Gervais, for instance. That dude was over 40 whenever he finally got his first big break with The Office. He had a very successful one-season run with The Office in the UK, and then he went on to produce the absolute smash success that was The Office US. But he didn't do it until later in his life. He wasn't a 25-year-old prodigy writer like Seth MacFarlane. He was over 40. And he's a massive success. People don't look at Ricky Gervais and scoff at the fact that he wasn't a success until his 40s. They look at Ricky Gervais and think, wow, what a brilliant comedic mind. I think in this day and age, it's rather impossible to look around and not compare yourself to others, because everyone's flaunting what they have and what they're doing right in front of you, whether that be in social media, in person, it doesn't matter. Some Joe Schmo's riding a BMW, and you may think to yourself, they must be pretty successful. What you might not know is they have $40,000 of debt on that said BMW, and you think they're doing great financially. For all you know, they could be in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt and just appear to be successful. Appearances are nothing, and success is relative. But I do just want to remind you that just because people seem to be ahead of you doesn't mean that you're behind. If you're American, I'm sure you're familiar with NASCAR, but if you're not, NASCAR is basically a racing league, an American racing league, where cars drive around in a big circle over and over and over again, often hundreds of laps over and over and over again for hours. And whoever reaches the 500th lap or whatever it may be, first wins. And sometimes that means that someone gets really, really far ahead, and they lap people. They are a lap ahead of people. And it'll sometimes appear as though they're actually behind another racer, but what you don't know is the person who's in the front of the pack may only be at lap 407, whereas the racer that's 4 cars behind is on lap 412. So just because it appears as though they're behind doesn't mean it's true. So again, I remind you, just because it appears as though they are ahead doesn't mean you are behind. I think it's important to avoid getting tunnel visioned as well. You can only control what's in your own control, and you can't control what's out of your control. So control what's within your own control, because what's out of your control is not within your reach to control what's in your own control. I think I got that right. Control what you can, and ignore the rest. That's the point. Don't allow the societal expectation of what being ahead looks like, and just focus on where you're at right now. You can't control the future, and you can't control the past, so you might as well just focus on what's right in front of you right now. And you also can't control where other people are at, so why bother comparing where they are? Because that doesn't affect where you're at right now either. We are all our own biggest critics, and I think it's really, really important to give yourself grace. If you don't, you're just going to be miserable. The last thing I'll say is this. If you're still breathing, then you are winning. If you're alive, then you have time. Don't beat yourself up, kid. It's not worth it. Bye now.